Welcome back to the channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we are exploring Roosevelt 1-dime coins from 1989p, 1995p, and 1996p from the United States of America. These coins feature the portrait of Franklin D Roosevelt and are part of modern American coinage. Collectors search for these coins because even modern dimes in high-grade condition can be worth big money. While millions were produced, only a smaller number remain today in very high-quality condition with bright surfaces, strong design details, and beautiful shine. In this video we will explore their history, their design, and the reasons why collectors value these coins so highly. Stay with us because one of these Roosevelt dimes might already be hiding in your collection, and it could be worth far more than its face value. Let's get started. First up, the Roosevelt dime 1989p mint mark is a modern United States coin that represents a long-running series honoring Franklin D Roosevelt, and this coin was struck at the United States Mint in Philadelphia, which traditionally used no mint mark for many years, but by 1989 the P mint mark was clearly included, and collectors today look at this coin as part of a large circulation issue rather than a rare key date, yet its value can increase significantly when found in uncirculated condition, with strong luster and clean surfaces, and this makes it an interesting subject for collectors and YouTube viewers who are curious about modern coin values. In uncirculated condition, a 1989p Roosevelt dime shows no signs of wear and retains its original mint luster, which is the bright reflective quality created during the striking process, and coins that remain untouched in rolls or mint sets often display this brilliance, and collectors grade such coins using the mint state scale ranging from MS60 to MS70, with higher grades representing fewer marks and better eye appeal. And while most 1989p dimes are common examples in lower mint state grades, coins that reach MS67 or higher can command a premium in the collector market. The composition of the 1989 Roosevelt dime is a clad mixture rather than silver, which means it is made from layers of copper and nickel bonded together, and this change in composition began in 1965, when rising silver prices forced the United States to remove silver from circulating dimes and quarters, and as a result the intrinsic metal value of a 1989 dime is very low, and its worth depends almost entirely on condition, rarity, and collector demand rather than precious metal content. When discussing the value of a 1989p Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition, most examples in typical mint state grades such as MS60 to MS65 are worth only a small premium over face value, often ranging from a few cents to a couple of dollars depending on quality and presentation. However, coins that are certified at higher grades like MS67 or MS68, especially with full torch bands on the reverse, can reach significantly higher prices, sometimes ranging from tens to even hundreds of dollars, because such high-grade examples are much more difficult to find. The concept of full bands is especially important for Roosevelt dimes because it refers to the horizontal bands on the torch design on the reverse of the coin, and when these bands are fully separated and sharply struck, it indicates a strong strike from the dies, and collectors place a premium on such examples, and coins with this designation often sell for more than similar coins without it making this a key factor when evaluating the value of a 1989p dime. Another factor that can increase the value of a 1989p Roosevelt dime is the presence of mint errors or varieties, and while no major famous error is widely recognized for this specific year, collectors still search for double die varieties, off-center strikes, or other unusual features that can make a coin unique and more desirable, and such errors can transform an otherwise common coin into a valuable collectible, depending on the severity and visual appeal of the error. For collectors and investors, it is also important to consider coin grading services which authenticate and encapsulate coins in protective holders and assign official grades that are recognized in the marketplace, and coins graded by reputable companies tend to sell for higher prices because buyers trust the accuracy of the grade and the authenticity of the coin, and this is especially relevant for high-grade 1989p dimes where small differences in condition can result in large differences in value. From a historical perspective, the Roosevelt dime series reflects the legacy of Franklin D Roosevelt and his association with the March of Dimes campaign, which raised funds to fight polio, and the coin design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1946, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American currency, and the 1989 issue represents a continuation of this legacy. During a period of stable coin production with large mintages and widespread circulation. For a script, this topic can be expanded by explaining how to identify uncirculated coins, how to examine luster and surface quality, and how to look for full bands on the torch, as well as how to store coins properly to preserve their condition, and viewers can be encouraged to check their pocket change or old coin collections for high-grade examples, because even common coins can hold surprising value when found in exceptional condition. In conclusion, the 1989 P. Roosevelt one-dime coin in uncirculated condition is generally a common coin with modest value, but it becomes much more interesting when examined through the lens of grading, strike quality, and collector demand, and by understanding these factors, collectors can better their coins, avoid overpaying, and appreciate the details that turn an ordinary piece of currency into a collectible item. And this makes it a perfect subject for an educational and engaging video that combines history value and practical collecting tips. Next up, the Roosevelt one-dime coin 1995 P mint mark is a widely collected modern United States coin that continues the long-standing tribute to Franklin D. Roosevelt, and this coin was produced at the United States Mint facility in Philadelphia, where the P mint mark signifies its origin, and although millions of these coins were struck for circulation, the uncirculated examples attract attention from collectors because they preserve the original mint brilliance and sharp details that are often lost once a coin enters daily use, and this makes the 1995 P dime a strong example for educational and collecting purposes in a detailed YouTube script. In uncirculated condition, the 1995 P Roosevelt dime shows no wear and maintains a fresh appearance with reflective luster across the surfaces, and this luster is a key feature that collectors look for because it indicates the coin has not been handled in circulation, and grading standards place such coins on the mint state scale, where MS60 represents a basic uncirculated coin and MS70 represents a perfect coin with no visible imperfections under magnification, and most 1995 P dimes fall within the MS63 to MS66 range, while higher grades are increasingly rare and more valuable. The coin itself is composed of a clad structure made from copper and nickel layers, which replaced the earlier silver composition in 1965, and this means that the intrinsic metal value of the coin is minimal and the true worth depends on condition, rarity, and collector demand, and for most uncirculated 1995 P dimes the market value remains modest, often just slightly above face value, but this changes dramatically for coins that achieve top-tier grades or possess special characteristics such as strong strike quality and excellent eye appeal. One of the most important features that can increase the value of a 1995 P Roosevelt dime is the presence of full bands on the torch design located on the reverse side of the coin, and these bands are horizontal lines that must appear fully separated and sharply defined to qualify for the full bands designation, and collectors highly prize such coins because they indicate a well-struck example from fresh dies and coins. With this feature, especially in high grades like MS67 or higher, can command significantly higher prices compared to ordinary examples. When discussing the value range, a typical uncirculated 1995 P dime graded around MS63 or MS64 may be worth only a small premium of a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, coins graded MS67 or above with full bands can reach prices in the range of tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on certification and market demand, and auction results often show that the highest graded examples achieve the strongest prices because they are scarce in such pristine condition. Collectors also pay attention to potential mint errors or varieties, and while the 1995 P dime is not widely known for major famous errors, there is always the possibility of finding double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other unusual features that can significantly increase the value of a coin, and these errors are often discovered by careful examination using magnification and good lighting, which makes the search for rare varieties an exciting aspect of coin collecting. Authentication and grading by professional services play a crucial role in establishing the value of high-grade coins, and certified coins are encapsulated in protective holders with an assigned grade that is recognized across the market, and this gives buyers confidence and helps sellers achieve better prices. And for a 1995 P Roosevelt dime that appears to be in exceptional condition, submitting it to a grading service can be a worthwhile investment if the coin has the potential to receive a high grade. From a historical perspective, the Roosevelt dime series has remained consistent since its introduction in 1946, and it reflects the legacy of Franklin D Roosevelt and his connection to the March of Dimes campaign, which supported the fight against polio, and the 1995 issue represents a continuation of this tradition during a period of modern coin production where large quantities were minted but only a small fraction survive in top condition, making high-grade examples desirable among collectors. For a script, this topic can be expanded by guiding viewers on how to identify uncirculated coins, how to evaluate luster and surface preservation, and how to look for full bands on the reverse, and you can also demonstrate how to safely store coins in protective holders to maintain their condition, and encourage viewers to search through coin rolls, mint sets, or old collections for hidden high-grade examples that may have been overlooked. In conclusion, the Roosevelt 1 dime coin 1995 P mint mark in uncirculated condition is generally a common coin with modest value, but it becomes far more interesting when examined in terms of grading, strike quality, and collector demand, and by understanding these factors, collectors can better appreciate the nuances that influence coin values and turn an everyday coin into a collectible piece, and this makes the subject ideal for a long, engaging, and informative video that educates viewers while inspiring them to explore the fascinating world of coin collecting. Next up, the Roosevelt 1 dime coin 1996 P mint mark is a modern United States coin that continues the enduring tribute to Franklin D Roosevelt, and this piece was struck at the United States Mint facility in Philadelphia, where the P mint mark identifies its origin, and although the mintage for this year was very large, making it a common issue in everyday circulation, the uncirculated examples hold special appeal for collectors because they preserve the original mint state surfaces, bright luster, and sharp details that are often lost once the coin enters general use, and this makes the 1996 P dime a strong educational example for a detailed YouTube script focused on value grading and collecting insights. In uncirculated condition, the 1996 P Roosevelt dime displays no wear on the high points and retains a consistent mint luster across both the obverse and reverse, and this luster is created during the striking process when the dies impart microscopic flow lines into the metal, and collectors evaluate these coins using the mint state grading scale, which ranges from MS60 to MS70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation, fewer contact marks, and stronger eye appeal. And while most examples of the 1996 P dime are found in the MS63 to MS65 range, only a small number achieve the highest grades, which significantly increases their desirability and market value. The composition of the 1996 Roosevelt dime is a copper-nickel-clad structure rather than silver, which means its intrinsic metal value is minimal, and the worth of the coin depends primarily on condition, rarity, and collector demand, and because of this, the majority of uncirculated examples carry only a modest premium over face value. However, collectors who specialize in high-grade modern coins actively search for pieces with exceptional quality, as these can stand out in a series where millions of similar coins exist. A key feature that greatly influences the value of a 1996 P Roosevelt dime is the presence of full bands on the torch design located on the reverse side of the coin, and these bands must be fully separated and clearly defined to earn the full bands designation, which indicates a strong and precise strike from the dies, and coins with this feature are more difficult to find, especially in high grades, and therefore they command higher prices in the collector market, making them a focal point for serious numismatists. When examining the value range, a typical uncirculated 1996 P dime graded around MS63 or MS64 may be worth only a small premium of a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on eye appeal and surface quality. However, coins that reach MS67 or higher, particularly those with full bands, can sell for significantly higher amounts, sometimes reaching tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on certification and demand, and auction records often highlight the premium placed on top population coins. Another aspect that can enhance the value of a 1996p Roosevelt dime is the discovery of mint errors or varieties, and while no major widely recognized error dominates this year, collectors still search for double dies off center strikes, clipped planchets, or other unusual characteristics that can transform a common coin into a rare and valuable collectible, and this process of searching for errors adds excitement and depth to the hobby, encouraging collectors to carefully examine each coin. Professional grading and authentication services play an essential role in establishing the value of high-grade coins, and these organizations evaluate coins based on strict standards, assign official grades, and encapsulate them in protective holders which preserve their condition and provide assurance to buyers and sellers. And for a 1996p dime that appears to be in exceptional condition, submitting it for grading can increase its marketability and potential selling price. From a historical standpoint, the Roosevelt dime series has remained consistent since its introduction in 1946, reflecting the legacy of Franklin D Roosevelt and his association with the March of Dimes campaign, and the 1996 issue represents a continuation of this legacy during a period of modern coin production characterized by large mintages and widespread use, yet only a fraction of these coins survive in top condition, making high-grade examples particularly desirable among collectors. For a script, this topic can be expanded by teaching viewers how to identify uncirculated coins, how to evaluate luster and surface preservation, and how to check for full bands on the reverse, and you can also demonstrate proper storage techniques such as using coin holders or albums to protect coins from damage and environmental factors, while encouraging viewers to search through rolls, mint sets, or personal collections for high-quality examples that may have been overlooked. In conclusion, the Roosevelt one-dime coin 1996p mint mark in uncirculated condition is generally a common coin with modest value, but it becomes far more significant when analyzed in terms of grading, strike quality, and collector demand, and by understanding these factors, collectors can better appreciate the details that influence value and transform an ordinary coin into a collectible piece, making this subject ideal for a long, engaging, and informative video that combines history education and practical collecting advice. Thanks for watching.